Have you ever wondered what is the secret power of yoga? Well, I could say, obviously, it's devotion. Once you get so that love for God is flowing in your heart, it'll take you all the way. So, unfortunately, that's not what I'm going to talk about. The secret power of yoga is available to everyone. So it doesn't have to be a secret. In fact, I'm going to tell you what it is. But some people find they do yoga and it works right away. I really bothered people. When I got into yoga, it was duck to water. And my friends were troubled by the ease with which I was swimming in yoga, paddling away. But what happened was I dialed the right combination somehow. I found the secret power right away, or shortly, within a few days. Other people say, yoga doesn't work for me. I try and it doesn't work for me. So what I do is I tell them about the safe. You may be a very good person. You may be a brilliant person. You may be a spectacular hero. When you go to that safe, you have to dial the right combination, or it's not going to open, no matter how good you are, no matter how meritorious. You have to get, every digit has to be right, and you can't be one digit off. If you're one digit off, it won't open. So there is an understanding you need in order to dial in yoga and have yoga open itself to you. And you can pretend at yoga, and you can read 1,000 books on yoga, you can travel to India many times. Have you found this particular power of yoga, which will just carry you beautifully through yoga, through the higher yoga states? It'll just bless your life. In yoga, we call it sattvas, S-A-T-V-A-S, guna, G-U-N-A. Guna means a force of nature that you already have inside you. And if you will find this particular quality, it'll just move you yoga-ward into yoga, along the stages of yoga and beyond yoga, into realized life. So, let's talk about it. I'd like to emphasize, people often think, if I'm worthy enough, I'll get yoga. There's a little bit of truth to that, because we hope you have some good character going for you. But no, it's a matter of, did you find sattvas guna or not? Did you dial the right combination or not? It's as simple as that. Okay, even if you're really loving, yeah, you've done 1,000 good deeds, did you dial sattvas guna? To succeed in yoga, you've got to find and tune in with an inner force that you've already got. But you have to tune in with it and let it move and express. Let it empower your yoga. It will take you easily into an experience of the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. Yoga is defined quite often as the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. It'll take you into higher consciousness, exalted states of wonderful well-being. Yes, you have to shed tension and turbulence as you do the postures. You can find sattvas guna fast if you'll give yourself a chance to dial the right combination. Shed tension out of the body, turbulence out of the mind. You'll probably find it there if you will allow it to then abide and move in you. This enlivening, awakening force called sattvas guna is a mode of nature, of the energy that creates the universe. This wonderful sattvas guna is in you and will express in your life. To the physicist, the essence of life and matter in the whole universe is energy. To the yogi and mystic, the essence of life and matter and the whole universe is energy. We call it spirit, but it's energy. It's conscious energy. Excuse me. Thanks. Thank you. As we become appreciators of spirit, yogis notice there are three main forces, and this is 5,000 years old, this understanding. There are three main forces moving within spirit, or this energy that creates this universe. There's a force that makes spirit dense, matter, gross, makes spirit hold a form, hold a body, hold a shape, have physical dimension. That's a wonderful force. We wouldn't have bodies without tamas guna, T-A-M-A-S, meaning retentivity, taking density. So it's very good on that point. Tamas guna is a wonderful quality that gives you shape, form, retentivity. The only thing is, if that's your state of mind, you're trying to be a stone. You're trying to be numb. Tamas guna gives you retentivity, shape and form, physical dimension, but it also can do horrible things to you emotionally and mentally, in that it makes you unwilling to open, to go, to try, to give, to love, to laugh, to change. It doesn't want that. Tamas guna is a force of nature within you, which wants to keep you on that couch, in front of that TV, and also not be emotionally responsive, and not be smart, not be wise. So tamas guna, good thing, retentivity, but also you must move beyond that force and find a greater force within you. If you're going to practice yoga, if yoga is going to work for you, we blame yoga, whether it works for you or not. No, it's whether you choose to allow yoga to express or not. It's about that. The second force within nature and within you causes and maintains action, the movement of your blood, your heart, your breath, your ability to physically move around the room and around the world. This ability to create and empower movement inside our body and out there in the world, walking, talking, all our movements. This is called rajas guna. It's a force that keeps us moving, keeps us going in every way. And this would be wonderful too. And people try to do go, go, go with yoga, and they don't make it because they don't find higher consciousness in the rajas state, R-A-J-A-S, meaning activity. You are rajasic when you're just mindlessly active, go, 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 but without thinking about it, without deciding what to do with your life and your actions. Rajas guna is wonderful, gives you action, drive, but it has the problem of keeping the mind and the emotions from growing and developing and being capable of yoga. So here we come to the third force. If you want to have yoga and open the safe of yoga, here's the key. As you shed tension and as you learn how to meditate and harmonize your being, you experience this third part of spirit, which leads to greater spiritual awareness. It's one of the great gifts that yoga gives to everybody who will do it right, give it a chance. It's called S-A-T-V-A-S, Sattvas guna, meaning the force of truth or the force of spirit, to preside over rajas, over tamas, presides over chaos. It just has this power to harmonize. It's a force of equilibrium, of balance, of reflection, of wisdom, of peace. There's this wonderful force already in you, ready to be used, utilized, ready to help you with yoga and your whole life. A sattvic person is able to move, is able to have retentivity, that can move wisely and be fulfilled, make right choices, good choices, benefit others, live in love and happiness. Sattvas guna. It bestows peace, wisdom, and harmony when you let this experience, almost the first time you do postures, you're experiencing at the end of it sattvas guna. You're just inducing within your consciousness this marvelous force that can keep you harmonious, balanced, happy, constructive rather than destructive, wise rather than harried and idiotic. Bestows peace, wisdom, and harmony. When dominant, this balance, this equilibrium, will just get established. It'll move out and prevail over your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It will stand strong over rajas guna and tamas guna. It can just preside beautifully. And people will look at you and say, what happened? Why are you so happy and whole and together and well and positive? Well, you dialed the right yoga combination. In addition to being a good inquiring person, you dialed the right digits. You found sattvas guna and you allowed it to abide in your mind and heart and life. You just live in sattvas guna. Now, that's not the whole thing. Sattvas guna leads you beyond itself. But sattvas guna needs to be there for yoga to work for you and give you all its gifts. The secret of yoga realization is find and develop your sattvas guna, or you don't grow in yoga. The problem is, in ordinary life, people hang out in tamas and rajas guna. They just hang out there. They're dominated by a particular guna. The real lazy among us, are tamasic. They often get depressed. Life's not worth anything. Or they don't know what to do with themselves, or they think they are failures or blobs, which they are becoming. They hang out in tamas perhaps, or they just go, 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 and never consider, what are the best actions? What is the most beautiful thing I can do here? What is the wise thing to do? We have all kinds of states. Frustrated, angry, that's usually tamas guna. Maybe it starts out as rajas, all kinds of competition and conflict, then you're frustrated and angry. You could be exhausted, that'd be tamas guna. You could be a business hard driver, that's rajas. You could be wounded and stay wounded for years and years. That's tamas guna. You could be anxious. That's probably rajas. How am I going to win? How am I going to be popular? How am I going to thrive or prevail? Or how am I going to survive? Perhaps we feel superiority to others. That's rajas guna. Jealous, well, that's probably rajas guna too. Grief, sorrow, what we're saying here is, look at all the different attitudes and emotions we're in. They're not sattvic so far, are they? Grief and sorrow, regret and guilt. Sick, very often that's too much rajas, and then we kind of give out and abide in a tamasic state. Perhaps we have a craving that just drives us and drives us. Well, that's rajas guna, running our life without any wisdom, without any value or meaning. There are people with professional egos pretending to be successful. Maybe they are successful. Preachers, teachers, doctors, often there's a lot of ego there. That's rajas guna. That's not sattvas guna. Perhaps we live in anxiety and dread. That's usually a state of tamas guna, but we get there usually by too much rajas, too much action without thought. So, what's your guna? Do you have any of these going for you? That's the combination that you've dialed and it doesn't work. You can't. unless you do something about these, yoga will not work for you. It will help you get out of this, though, but you get sattvic. All of these different states that we've just enumerated become states of harmony and balance and progress and optimism, faith. What guna do you abide in? Think to yourself, what guna is dominant in my life? Of these three, tamas, rajas, and sattvas, which guna am I in most of the time? Big question. So you think about this while we tell you the story that explains the gunas. So, a rich man was passing through a forest, as often happens in stories. 3 robbers surround him, rob him of all his wealth. The first robber says, "Why keep him alive? Kill him." And he raises his sword. The second robber stops him. "There's no use in killing him. Let's just tie him up, tie him to this tree, and leave him here in the forest. Then he won't be able to tell the police." So the robbers tie him with a rope and leave him. After a while, the third robber returns to the rich man, unties him from the tree, sets him free, leads him out of the forest, and says, "Follow this highway and you'll reach home easily." And the rich man said, "But you freed me, you helped me, you saved me. You must come with me too." "No, I can't. I'm a robber too. The police will arrest me." Now this is a story Ramakrishna loved to tell. And he says, now the first robber who said kill him is tamas guna. It destroys. Kill him. Second robber is rajas. It binds a person to the world, entangles him or her in a variety of activities, and rajas makes one forget God. The third robber is like sattva's guna. Sattva, harmony, balance, a state of, what should we say, equilibrium. Sattva alone shows the way to God. And I wonder if there's more to be said here. Is there a yes. So sattva's guna produces virtues like compassion. We can't leave him out there to die. Got to go save him. Produces virtues like compassion, righteousness, and devotion. Sattvas is like the last step of the stairs. Next to it is the roof. One cannot attain God realization unless one transcends the 3 gunas, though. You have to go beyond sattvas. But the beautiful thing about sattva's guna is it frees you and shows you the way, and then it must stay behind as you become enlightened, as you find yoga in your experience and in the way you live. Beautiful story. So, how are you and sattva's guna doing? Do you live in it yet? Good. If you don't live in it, what prevents you from being sattvic and living sattvically? You shed the tension, you do some breaths, you meditate. That's a great way to begin a day and live a day in that state of well-being. And in the evening, you refresh it and get a good night's sleep. You lead a sattvic life. You have sattvic food, recreation, fun, wisdom, light. You're a constructive, uplifting person. You're a wonderful person. Spirit is expressing through you with virtues like compassion, righteousness, and devotion. What prevents you from being sattvic and living in this state of harmony and balance? We practice yoga to get into this state of harmony and balance, and it is a powerful force which dominates rajas and tamas, just abides. You just live a new, fresh life. You haven't had spiritual realization yet, but you're well on your way. Oh, Sattvas Guna. Deep postures, I'm going to give you some indications of how to get sattvic. After your postures and deep relaxation, very likely you have made contact with Sattvas Guna. Just maintain that harmony and balance now. As you get up and chat with people and go out the door, and as you drive your car in harmony and balance, not oblivious, fully aware, living a sattvic life. Just after you just do postures and deep relaxation, you can very likely experience sattvas now. Equilibrium, wellness, wholeness. You can also wake up when you sleep. You had a good night's sleep, you wake up sattvic, refreshed, renewed, happy, not worried, not fearful of the day, not harried, or, oh, all the things I've got to do today. You have a confidence they'll all get done. Sattvas Guna, right combination. After a shower, very often you're sattvic. You feel so harmonious in body, mind, and spirit. Viewing a landscape at sunrise or sunset tends to make you sattvic. There are so many ways to cultivate this guna until you experience it often and enjoy it, and then it settles in. Seeing a loved one makes you sattvic. You feel the love. Enjoying your life. As you see or hear beauty, you become sattvic. In devotion, in love, you feel sattvic. You find sattvas guna expressing in your thoughts, your feelings. In good fellowship, it's so wonderful because it's so sattvic. You just love good fellowship. In peace and quiet, unless you're in there worrying and churning your mind and emotion, in peace and quiet, you become sattvic. In calm reflection, you become sattvic. The right combination. In kindness, you very often are sattvic during the kindness, sense of oneness with other people, care about other people. With a clear mind, you're sattvic. In happiness, you're sattvic. In a happy memory, you can get sattvic. In prayer or meditation, you get a sattvic glow. So what I'm trying to say, you can have the benefits of yoga, but you must let yoga help you become sattvic in this state of harmony and balance that you can get and cultivate so easily by practicing yoga. Sattvas comes along, encourage it, allow it, live in harmony, and everything else comes from entering through that door of yoga, letting the power of yoga, Sattvas Guna, take you where you deserve to be in a heavenly quality of life. Sattvas Guna opens the door of yoga, and Sattvas Guna is this secret power of yoga, is why it works. Nature has provided within you a force that can prevail and just blossom as yoga. So, do you want to tell me again that yoga doesn't work for you? Think of Sattvas Guna first. Do you understand that this force within you needs to be given a chance, and it'll take you into, through, and beyond yoga? God bless you, and may God bless you with the right understanding and the right application of Sattvas Guna.